Well, hello everyone from the Blue Cab Cafe here on Monteverde Street in Davao City. It's been quite a few months since I did a video, uh, but one thing I never did a video on was the specialty in our little eatery, and that's our Carabao soup, or what they call hanalang here. It's a spicy soup. And I'll just show you what this meat looks like here. It's very, very tender, very spicy. So this is, this is what they classify as a health meat because it has next to no cholesterol, and this just melts in your mouth. It's very nice. So it's from the family of water buffalo that they have here in the Philippines, and they're a hard-working animal, but it's balanced here because they do grow some for consumption, human consumption, and they also have some that a lot of farmers still use them in their fields, and they're a very valuable animal. So we're very pleased to be able to offer this, and we've been doing this for about 15 years, offering this, and again, it's very tasty. Oh man, that is some good. So you got to make your way down and try this. It is nice. Wow. It reminds me, if I could compare it to something in Canada, black bear meat. That was good. This is, believe it or not, it's a strange comparison, but it just melts in your mouth. It's so beautiful. It's got a nice spice to it. Not as spicy as I'm used to. They've tamed it down a little bit because we used to get people coming in first time, and they take a mouthful of this stuff and they'd start coughing because they're not. They know it's spicy, but we got ultra fire here, and so we use that in kind of our logo, like. Taste the power of the Carabao. So we always knew when somebody was a first timer in there because they started coughing. The regulars, they knew, and they kind of took it easy, just a little bit at a time. But this is our, yeah, man. Oh, I could eat more of that. That's some good. Very nice with the rice. This would go very nice with anything like potato. Man, this is really good stuff. So, a lot has happened since our last video. The streets got done. They finally put in all the drainage on Monteverde Street is finished. And then as soon as they got done that, they cracked open the street on the side in Elbrus. So we had 2 months of that. So altogether, we had a solid year of construction on our street. But I'm very grateful to all the customers here throughout all of this, through the pandemic. My goodness, and the street construction. We still receive wonderful support, and we're truly grateful. Really, how do you put it into words? Because when you look in Davao right now, like from the pandemic, it's got to be at least 50% of the restaurants have disappeared, gone. And so to be able to survive that, we're only able to do that because of the customers that kept on coming into our place. And so we continue to show you our thanks and appreciation for that by providing you some of the best tasting, best quality, most affordable food in Davao City. And that hasn't changed. It's always been that way. And so even during this pandemic, when it's been difficult, when the prices of everything have gone up, we've tried our best to hold the line. And as you know, it's one thing I noticed is, we had to change. We couldn't use plates or normal cutlery. We had to use basically paper paper plates with a finish on it, so it wouldn't. It's like be able to handle liquid. And then plastic spoon and forks. But I got looking at that, thinking, it's not going to be an issue because the people come here for the food. That's it. Like a lot of restaurants you go into, they got fancy pictures on the wall and a lot of stuff, fancy plates, all this stuff. But you pay for that in every meal, And here at the Blue Cab, we lay it on the plate. You pay for what's on the plate. And so we've decided we're going to stay that route. That's the best way to go. Because before we never ever provided fancy cutlery or nothing. It was, it was something that we could buy that was sturdy, would hold up to the heavy amount of customer traffic that we have. But we decided we're going to go that route because it saves us in water, it saves us in soap, and these plates are all biodegradable. They break it's paper, so there's not much saving, but there is a little bit there. So it makes a difference. Every little bit counts right now. The price of everything is going right through the roof. I'm grateful that we have a good farmers market here. The price of some things fluctuate, but it all balances out. For example, today I went to the market. Tuesdays is my vegetable market day, and I can buy cabbage in there. I get a good deal. They treat me really good there. Excellent. It's one of my favorite places to go into the markets, whether it be the fish market, the wet market, or the vegetable market. It's my favorite places to go. It's solid, down to earth people. I really enjoy it down there, and so like I got cabbage today for 20 pesos a kilo. Chinese peach-eye for 25 pesos a kilo. Now, the potatoes were very high for a while. They were going 85, 90, for what we would use here. And today I got them for 60 pesos a kilo. So if you were to convert that into the funds from my country, the cabbage would have cost me 50 cents a kilo. Can you do that in Canada? I don't think you can. So, and the Chinese peach-eye, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 55, 60 pesos or cents a kilo. So, yeah. And so, yeah, now the streets are all done. It looks really good. At some point, I think we're going to be looking at opening on Sundays and maybe close another day during the week, because from our experience in the other place on Nabarro, Sunday was a very popular day with families, and we're a family institution here. Really, we are. Family works here. We've always served family. Everyone is welcome. We were pointed towards families, making it affordable for men to take their families out for a meal, and where they can walk out satisfied, maybe a little bag carrying with them, and still some money in their pocket. That's always been our goal, and so we're looking at doing that possibly again, because Sundays down where we're at, everything's closed, so parking's not going to be an issue. During the rest of the week, parking is very difficult. So most of our traffic that we have here is walk-in because of the parking issue. Even with the streets all done now, it's still an issue. So one of the things that happened while we were going through this construction phase was we lost our water pressure. Normally at night, about 10 o'clock, the water pressure really gets high, and we got a big tank up on the roof, and the pressure from the water supply is enough to fill that tank. Well, once they cracked open the street out there and they busted a few pipes, and of course they never got fixed properly. I don't know why. But our pressure was next to nothing. So I had to put a pump on the line, and I only turned it on late at night because I don't want to be taking water away from anybody else. So about 10 o'clock at night I would kick it on. Sometimes it was even later. Just I didn't want to rob people off their water because these are, coming home from work and no water. That's rough stuff. So we've been doing that for 3 months, and so they were trying to find the leak out the front here, and I said, "Did you guys walk up the street and just listen? Just listen through the catch drains." "Oh yes, sir. Yep, we get that all done. We got our high-tech machine, and we checked it all out, and the leak is right here. This is where it's at." Okay, so here they are. They crack open a brand new street. Great big gaping hole. No leak. They go up a little bit further in the corner. Do the same thing. Brand new concrete. Crack it open. No leak. So this goes on. They're back and forth here for 2 months, and they got their high-tech machinery trying to find out this leak. So the last time they come down, I go outside. And they're ready to crack open the street in another spot. And I said, that's enough. So I just walk up just 1 block on the other side of the street, and I put my ear down there and my flashlight, and I couldn't see the water running, but I could hear it. So I said, "Did you guys check that next catch basin up there?" "No, sir." "Well," I said, "if you go up there, you can hear the water running. The leak is there somewhere." So they get some guy in here, and off come his pants, and he's got no shoes on, down this hole just with his underwear on in this trenchy old water. And he walks back down this way in the newly installed drain line, and he finds the leak. It's huge. So lo and behold, they come down here and repair it, and guess what? We got our water pressure back after 3 months. And the waste of time, energy, resources, money for popping out 3 holes, cracking out brand new concrete. My goodness, and all it took was just to use your ear. Very sad. So at least we got our water back. And we're at level 2. They have different levels for this coronavirus here in the Philippines now. So we're back to a level 2, which means we're okay up to 50% capacity of our restaurant. So that's just enough to pay the bills. That's it. Just enough. Sometimes not, just it's there. So we're grateful for that. When we take a look around and see all the restaurants that are closed, we don't say nothing. We're very grateful. So I take my hat off to all of those people who continue to come down here and support us. We appreciate it very much. And once in a while, I'll recognize somebody that comes in there, and I'll throw them a free meal. I'll throw them. For me, it's how do you say? I have to do it. I just feel I have to do it just to show appreciation. So it's not to pat myself on the back. It's just I really appreciate all the support that we got from people throughout, and we continue to get this support. So because of that, we've been able to hire a cook along with his wife. They used to work for us. He used to work. Super great guy. This guy comes in here and he works like this is his place. Very rare to get an employee like that. So we've bent over backwards to look after this guy. We want to keep him here. His wife's working with us now. Super nice couple. Couldn't ask for better employees. It's almost like they own the business. That's the way they look after. And he does stuff that a cook normally wouldn't do. He's out there cleaning tables. He's doing all this other stuff, maintenance. He maintains everything. So really, truly a valuable employee. So Jimmy, if you ever get to hear this, you're number one. You and your wife, number one. So we really appreciate it. And their help came just at the right time because Sherry, my wife, she was really feeling a lot of pressure from trying to run the business and do all the cooking at the same time. So the timing was really good. So yeah, that's been it. I have a few videos to post maybe later on of showing you the water, this drainage system that's been put in here. But I'll do that a little bit later on. I just wanted to do an update on everything that's going here. We're working right now on, because when everything hit 2 years ago this March, we weren't able to pay the benefits, government benefits for our staff. We just give them cash, which is what they really needed. So now we're working on getting that all topped up. So the first thing we did, we went to SSS. All right, listen, we want to clean up our bill. How much is owed? So they come up with a calculation of 500,000 pesos. And so my heart stopped and my jaw dropped and go, what? And they claimed that we had, for 1 month, 16 employees during the pandemic. So I'm going, oh my goodness. So here we go. And, this is one of those government agencies that has a problem with corruption. It's not any, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's just more pronounced here. And so we had to go in and fight for that. And we managed to get it down to what I figured it should be, is around 90 to 100,000. It's more recent, what it should be for 2 years. So we're going to clean that up, and I have no problem with that. And then all the other government agencies base their amount owing on what SSS was. So we couldn't do it without that. So we're slowly working on that. Our landlord's been very good. We've been 2.5 months behind our rent, so we're going to start giving them a little bit here and there. So we're very grateful for the landlord and that they haven't given us any pressure. Actually, they're in bad shape, because a lot of their buildings that they had rented out, I believe they have probably 70% vacancy. So they're hurting. So we make sure that we pay our rent on time, because that's the money that they use to pay their staff. So it's balanced out, but we will try and knock that bill down. So it's going to take, I figure it's going to take the rest of this year, as long as we can stay at this level. Even if we're at a restriction of 50%, it will take the rest of this year just to break even, to finish. That's it. We'll just break even, pay the bills. So I'm grateful for that. If that can happen, that's grateful. That's wonderful. So that's the latest from what's been going on here. Sorry I haven't been posting much lately. It's just been, this whole ordeal has been very draining, physically, emotionally, and monetarily. It's cleaned us right out. So we were only 1 week away from having to shut our doors permanently, and the government opened up and said you could open your door. We were 1 week away. That's how close it came. So it's been a nail biter for the last 2 years, but it's been an experience. And another thing, I got to take my hat off to my kids. Shane and Shauna. Shane's 16, Shauna's 14. They worked their backside off. They were down there up at 5:30 in the morning, giving her down there. Never said a complaint. Nobody took a wage. We paid our staff. The kids never took a wage. My wife never took a wage. It all went to our staff, because they got families to feed. And so it's just now that we're able to give them a little something. So I really appreciate you two kids. You really went above and beyond, and thank you very much. And of course, the one that kept it happening is Sherry, my wife. What can I say? She kept the business running. She went into that kitchen and she cooked up a storm, taking on more work than what she should have, and I consider myself very fortunate, very blessed to have the people around me that I do. So to my wife, Sherry, you're number one, dear. Really appreciate your work. Loves you a lot. Kids, Shane and Shauna, you're the best. My staff that stuck through us through all this, you got it coming to you, and we will look after you. We will show our appreciation. So If you're ever down this neck of the woods, we're down in 146 Monteverde Street, just up from Magsaysay Park, right across from the Bureau of Fire Protection. And we're right on the corner there. You'll see us with our kind of a purplish blue front. And come on in. Introduce yourself. If you've seen the video, let us know. And try our Carabao Halangan soup. Oh, man. Oh. I had to stop eating this. This is addictive. Oh, it's so tender. So tender. Beautiful. It's a health meat. So I guess there's no problem. I shouldn't feel guilty about eating it. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. And I hope you all have a great day. Treat one another with love and respect. And try and find the positive in all the negativity that's going on. And don't forget, there's somebody that we should always be grateful for the measure of health that we have, and our families, and everything else, and that's the Creator. So don't forget to check in and let Him know that you're grateful for each and every day that you can wake up, everything's moving, and you're surrounded by wonderful people. So that's all for today. Take care until the next video. Blue Cab, signing out. Ciao.